Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Deus Ex Human Revolution. Let us continue. So, we are the head of Seraph Industries Security, I believe.
You're back. The new look suits you. Guess you'll be hanging around the tech boys a little more now, huh? By the way, they moved the tech lab to the second floor. Mr. Pritchard was pissed. Said something about climbing stairs. Fucking prima donna. By the way, they moved the tech lab to the second floor.
Okay.
Mr. Pritchard was pissed. Said something about climbing stairs. Fucking
interesting. We can't just walk out.
Man, I didn't believe it when they said you were coming back, boss. Not the way you were busted up. I'm sorry about Dr. Reed and the others. I know you and her had history. Sorry. I shouldn't have brought it up. I'm sorry about Dr. Reed.
So it's like they all have
history.
two dialogue options? Is that really what it's gonna be? Because there's a lot of people in this game.
Second attack in 6 months. This can't be just a coincidence.
We hardly know anything yet. What if it's a complete
So he's looking straight at me.
Misunderstanding. Yeah, I could see the hostage takers now. Don't take this the wrong way, but everybody up against the wall.
I'm just saying, the only reason people are at the plant tonight is because we've been forced to work so much overtime ever since the first attacks.
Good point. No one was supposed to be there, so maybe it's just a break-in gone bad. Jensen? God, man. Didn't expect to see you back so soon. Are you here because of the break-in?
Honestly,
You're looking well. Did you come in to find out about the break-in? I'm sure Athena and Mr. Seraph know what's going on.
It's strange. I could talk to all of these people, but I'm not going to. It would just make this game go so much longer, and none of them are really going to say anything important except for the very main characters.
Dr. Sandusky, please report to
Seraph
testing
Industries,
lab
may I help
1C.
you?
Dr. Sandusky.
Nothing has been
Cindy
detected.
Martinez. She has a name.
God, Mr. Jensen, I didn't think you'd... Oh, wow. I guess you're here about the break-in. Did you need directions or something?
It hasn't been that long, Cindy. I may not look the same, but my memory's pretty intact.
Oh, I didn't mean... I mean, of course, your memory's fine, sir. It's just that well, things have been switched around a lot ever since the... Well,
Ever since the first attack?
Yes, sir. The lab floors were pretty much demolished. We're rebuilding them, but most of our researchers are working off-site now. Everyone else has been shuffled around, so if you need help finding someone...
Let's see. So, dialogue choices. Was the tech lab, was the helipad, more
You
location?
said everyone's been moved around?
Almost everyone. Who were you looking for?
Let's see, Jensen's office. Has my office been moved?
Has my office been moved?
No, sir. You still have that great view of the lobby. Mr. Pritchard wanted it, but Mrs. Margulis put a stop to that. Up 2 floors and make a right.
And then Seraph's
I need
office.
to get to Seraph's office.
Oh, he and Mrs. Margulis are still in the penthouse. You can use the elevator at the left wing of the building to get there.
Thanks.
That's what I'm here for. Anything else, sir?
And then the Pritchard's.
Where's the tech lab?
It's not really a lab, sir. It's more of an office with a lot of computer equipment shoved in it. Mr. Pritchard complains about it all the time. Go up the stairs behind me and take a right. You'll find it near the end of the hall.
I don't suppose we moved the helipad, did we?
I don't see how we could have moved it. Oh, you're teasing me. Very funny, Mr. Jensen. Go up the stairs to the second floor, then around the cafeteria to the exit. I think I saw Farida heading there earlier.
I'll find my way.
If you say so. It's good to have you back, sir.
I really like this dialogue. These people really like him. They're not jerks. They're
I'm sorry.
really
Please try
happy
entering regular
to see him
office hours.
back.
Nothing
That's
has been
so
Denzel,
rare in a video game.
line 1.
it's much more common that everybody hates you, or they're very abrupt, or they just have one thing to say. Now, having 2 lines of dialogue for every character is a lot of dialogue to record. We could do the little tour here.
No one should ever have to because of a random
And watch all of these if we wanted to, but I'm not going to. We need to hurry up and get in the game. Now there is a very limited situation here.
Attention, Ellen Marsfield.
What are they doing?
Ellen Marsfield.
Is this some kind of memorial? That's nice. There is a, if I'm remembering correctly, and Human Revolution is still like the director's cut in this aspect, there's a limited amount of like energy bars and upgrades and ammo and things. It's so you want to be pretty thorough about running around and looking. Now this
I'm
one's
sorry. I can't imagine how difficult it's been for you.
Attention,
You probably just want to forget, huh?
Ted Bruger, please report to conference room 7.
Jensen, good to have you back, man. I can't tell you how relieved we were to hear you were going to make it.
I've really never had this experience in a game where people are nice and happy to you. I mean, it certainly must have happened, but I cannot recall a situation where it really was like this. I mean, it's really endearing, these people to me, and even though I know that I probably won't do anything.
Isn't it a bit early to toss him back into the trenches?
I hear he's almost fully recovered.
His body accepted
These two are
augmentation with
talking
remarkable
about
ease, but that doesn't mean his mind did. We all know what happened when he was with SWAT.
The Mexican Town massacre wasn't his fault.
Then why was he kicked off?
Mexican Town massacre?
I'm just saying he's too much of a risk.
Frank tells me he's still waiting for you, Adam. You don't have time to mess around. Get to the tech lab, or something seriously bad is gonna happen.
Oh, really? I wonder if something seriously bad will happen. Let's see. Faucets work. Motion censored urinals. Screens in the door. There are actual doors on the bathroom stalls. That the toilets are actually round. The plungers are actually round in this. I'm referencing The Fall, where they just didn't have the graphical capability to make things round, or they didn't spend the effort to do it, at least. So the plunger was a hexagon. They should have stuck with that.
It's a miracle he didn't die in that operation.
It looks fine to me.
That's not the point. Those additional implants, the tracking system, and
Apparently
whatever
all
else
of
David
these
put
doors are
inside him,
locked.
it was unnecessary. The body can only take so much when it's on life
Oh,
support.
there are people in here. Oh, that's wrong.
It was important to have the best possible security.
I can't jump up on the
Is
faucet.
someone there?
There's nobody there.
All
Somebody there.
that
Oh,
this is just another example of
there are
people going too
two
far.
women sitting in the
Right.
toilet
I
talking
think
to each
Jensen
other.
would react if he knew how close he came to death. Hard to say. Anyway, we should get back to work.
Okay, that's weird. You can do that. There's another thing I've never done in a video game, is peeked over the stalls of a bathroom. Now this is a little annoying, that this is broken. Of course, it'd be funny if you walked on this and then it broke because you have so many augments in your body now that you are completely too heavy for it. So we have some things we can hack in this area, but I want to find my office first. Hacking and stealth takedowns are the name of the game. In the opposite order, actually. Stealth takedowns is slightly more important than hacking, but you need to do both, and do both very frequently. I can't search the trash cans. That's strange. I wonder if that's going to be a thing. The cameras here can see me, but I'm authorized to be here. I could talk to all these other people. I don't want to go in the tech lab. I want to go in Adam Jensen's lab. And I think that's one more up. Up the stairs. And I believe that is my lab right here. And then we'll start hacking. Just guys, their job is to clean the windows. Alright. The door is unlocked to me. There is some strangeness about these keypads. They all only use 4 digits. I'm assuming what you would have to guess is that either people got so frustrated with passwords and longer codes that they federally mandated only 4-digit codes, or there's some kind of bio lock in it so that only people who are authorized can put in the code even if they know it. We get the pocket secretary, we can press back to read. We have a login, password. We're going to pick up a lot of stuff and emails and such that are going to have codes in them. But in general, we're going to ignore the fact that we already have the codes, and we're going to hack anyways if we can at all. So, 2 types of computers here. You have your regular computer and you have your security hub. Since I'm the head of security here, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to go into the security hub and disable things, but we'll do it anyways. We have no turrets right now. We have no robots we can do, no doors connected. And then we have these cameras that we saw outside, and we can just either interact with them. And how do we interact with them? Apparently you can't do anything. Just hit X to select them, and then we can deactivate. So deactivate, it just becomes frozen. Let's see, deactivate, and watch when we deactivate, they will no longer go off if I wasn't supposed to be here in this building. And in general, that's what you want to do. Now, how do I quick save? Is an interesting question. I need to figure out under controls what a quick save would be. Let's see, in-game menu or pause. There may not be a quick save. We may very well have to just go here, click save, create a new save. Because, yeah, it doesn't look like there is anyway. We will certainly want to do this. We know what the password is, but we just want to hack. To get into this hacking minigame. Capture software rating too low to hack device. So, access keyboard, and then I guess we would just type it in. Let's see, M-A-N-D-R-A-K-E, and in 2 different ways. That is not right. This isn't very good. This is terrible for a controller to sit here and type stuff in. We get this update with a new access code, and we can read all of these things. Unfortunately, if we do go about doing that and we don't just decide to do this and load the this section back, then we won't get the experience from the hack. And that's certainly not something I want to do. So I can go back and hack this later. And I think I am going to have to come back to this area later and hack everything. I don't think there's really any reason to try even these level 2 things. Like, this door is open so I can go in. You can tell it's open by the green instead of the red. So I can go in and look around. A lot of stuff looks like you would be able to read it, like the magazines, or these drawers look like you might be able to pick them up.
What is it now?
They didn't do a great job
I believe it.
identifying things. There's a book, an e-book. And the sentimentality of this world is very strange in that there's e-books and pocket secretaries everywhere. And by 2015 standards, you don't carry around e-book readers really. Maybe a few people do. But most people do everything on their phones. And a pocket secretary or a pocket recorder of some kind, absolutely no. Very few people wander around with that. I want to be thorough looking in the bathrooms because somewhere there is something to collect. That's a little gross. Dirty water.
Christ, Adam, while you were strolling around the offices, the situation got worse. Meet me in the chopper, I'll explain.
Oops. So I've really screwed up now. I kind of wonder if I should have just completely ignored everything I thought about doing and gone in there. Now here's a camera I did not have control of the security hub. It's definitely worthwhile to take note of that. So we were supposed to have gone in here to the tech lab. And this is one thing I thought was really funny. He's just made a half circle with a bunch of old monitors. Because what would you do with a bunch of old monitors in the future? You'd make modern art with it. And then he's got a motorcycle he's working on. The Blade of Shintaro. His Final Fantasy 27. Square Enix is the company that is the parent company of Rydo, who made this game, so they released Final Fantasy. Thus, the joke here that it exists in this world and they are really far ahead. Cyber Boost Pro Energy Bars. In the fall they were just called energy bars, I think. Cyber Boost Energy Bars, not Pro Energy Bars. But they are definitely something you want to pick up, those energy bars. They're very useful and they're very limited. We want to get every single one in the game if we can.
About time. What happened? You get stuck in an air duct on the way over?
Yeah, nice to see you too, Francis. Something's wrong with my retinal display. Can you fix it?
If it's what I think it is, probably. Of course, it might seem. Oh, looks like your left and right imaging processors weren't completely in sync. But don't worry, your Sentinel health implant will kick in soon, repairing any damage that might have caused. Your retinal display should be fine now. Its recognition software won't be picking up hostiles yet, but you should be seeing radar and targeting reticules. Biomedical data too, if you're in pain.
Right. We done here? Because Sarif is waiting for me at the helipad.
I know. Radicals have broken into our manufacturing plant and taken hostages. Maybe this time you'll actually save people.
Alright. So I can either ignore it or confront him. If you got a problem with me, just say it. Lucky for you, I'm gonna ignore that. We're done here. Now let's confront him.
If you got a problem with me, Pritchard, why don't you just say it and get it over with?
Why no, Jensen. I don't have a problem with you. If anything, I blame myself.
The mighty Pritchard blaming himself. That's gotta be a first.
I'm the one who told Sarif we needed a physical security team to protect us. If he'd read my report closely enough.
Wait a second. Are you saying it was your idea to hire me?
Not you, Jensen. I wanted Dynacore, Sharp Edge, or Bell Tower. All the top private security contractors were on my list, but Sarif wanted somebody in-house. And so did Dr. Reed.
So we're getting more more story here, and the story is actually kind of important. That Dr. Reed intentionally had him hired. She knew him from before and wanted him close.
I suggest you leave Megan out of this.
Why, Jensen? It's no secret how close the two of you were. And let's face it, you'd just been fired from SWAT for that massacre in Mexican Town. No one was about to hire you.
You really have to stop getting your news from those Picus blogs, Francis. They only confuse you.
The point is, if Sarif had listened to me, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But Megan, God love her, always did have Sarif's ear.
Sarif's ear is going to be hearing a report about violence in the workplace if you keep this up. You really feel like continuing?
Point taken. Oh, and by the way, Jensen, I know you've gone through a lot of physical changes of late, but you didn't become a woman. Stay out of the ladies' restroom.
So apparently news travels fast. But unfortunately, I am going to probably be going into a lot of ladies' restrooms in this game. Tech Haven. Interesting, I have no idea what that is. So, we have stalled quite a lot. Made the situation a lot worse, according to the game. Is it really true? Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe it would have said it got worse always. Maybe it wouldn't have. It would be slightly annoying if that were the case. Now we have this little X here that's telling us exactly where we need to go, and we can use it to get to like the helipad here. Now see, this door is a regular door, but it has this hologram over it type thing. I think it's your eyes doing that though. At least that'd be my suspicion. This guy's washing the door. Here we have a vent cover. It's very important to travel through these vents because they get you explorer experience. With every experience we get a slight upgrade in when we level up. We will be able to do it. How can I jump over this? Let's see. Credit chips, pocket secretary. I'm not gonna do any reading of anything because that would just take forever. Doesn't seem like I can pick up any more of this. So this guy just has, somebody's built a secret hiding spot. And I can't get this section here. But I don't think there's anything there anyways. Somebody's just hiding in the vents. And we want to be as thorough as possible. That side's cut off. This is not a door. So we picked up some credits, we picked up some painkillers, we picked up a pro energy bar. We'll go in here. Chinese food. I kind of wish would want to know what happened in Mexican Town. I kind of wish I would know why they would call a town Mexican Town. Is that just Mexico becomes one big town? Probably because overpopulation is a horrible problem in this world. That would make sense.
Factory workers have been taken hostage, and the entire city holds its collective breath.
They're talking on the news about the event I'm supposed to go stop, and instead I'm just wandering around.
The first time, 6 months ago, on the eve of controversial.
There's nothing in the cafeteria to pick up. So.
Sorry, Mr. Jensen, but things are really unsettled right now. Mr. Pritchard in the tech lab can probably tell you more.
Now, when you get to these unimportant characters, I don't think they spent as much. It doesn't seem like they spent as much effort upgrading the graphics on them. So this will go to the helipad. So if that goes to the helipad, how does the other one go to the helipad also? It's an interesting question. Helipad service access. Oh, I guess it works that way. This is just a guy smoking. This is where everybody goes to smoke. I would hope in the future people wouldn't smoke. Here's a closed off section with hangars. Hangar A, Hangar B. Where people are, I guess, driving trucks in to ship things. Here's a tiny little helipad in case you need a second one. And here's something. I am paying no attention whatsoever to the urgency of this. And honestly, in games, there never should be an urgency of anything. This one is just not enabled right now. Interesting. Maybe later we can get there. So yeah, let's just continue the story. We've wasted a considerable amount of time. Probably gotten people killed. It would be, if they really were trying to influence urgency and say this really, you should have come faster, it should autosave at a certain point and then game over me for taking so long.
Are you the security chief? Jensen? Well, I'm Watson. I heard they had to rebuild you almost from scratch 6 months ago?
But I would hate for there to be a real consequence for taking this long. And who is this character? Farid Malik. I like that you can hover over the people and see their name. Even the secretary at the beginning had a name.
Welcome back, Jensen. Didn't think we'd see you around here for a while yet.
You know how it goes, Malik. Duty calls.
Don't I know it? I was in my wingsuit halfway to the top of the Renaissance Center when I got the 911. But you? 6 months is a hell of a short time to come back from the dead. You sure you're ready for this?
Are you suggesting I'm not? I have no reason to challenge her. I would just reassure her.
Only one way to find out.
Roger that. The boss is already on board, arguing with the DPD's tactical response team. They've got the plant surrounded, but Mr. Seraph wants you to go in first. You all set here? Because the sooner we take off, the better it will be for everyone.
Too late for that. DPD is Detroit Police Department. They did not explain that anywhere.
I'm ready.
Great. Then let's get airborne.
They're in Detroit. For some reason, the police department's gonna hang back and let this private investigator go in and take on this situation, which would probably never happen. Why did they even have us in the office and give us the opportunity to run around and then tell us we screwed up for looking around? It doesn't make a lot of sense. If they wanted to do it, they should have had us do this level coming up
8 good
then
men
go
and
back to the
women whose
office.
only crime was to come to work today. And those so-called pro-human purists slaughtered them.
All of them? You sure?
If we're lucky, the plant manager might still be alive, Josie Thorpe. They needed her to get into the administration wing. But SWAT isn't holding out much hope for her survival.
We'll see about that. So what am I looking at here? Who are these guys?
I told you. Pro-human purists. The same purists who've been firebombing limb clinics all over the country. They broke in a few hours ago, right after we moved the Typhoon in for assembly line factory.
The Typhoon? Megan's team was testing it the day that bastard... Who's on point for these guys?
Adam, I know you and Megan were once...
Who is on point for these guys?
Goes by the name of Sanders. That's him there. But he isn't augmented, Adam. So he can't be one of the mercs who attacked us.
Didn't have a problem killing innocent people, though.
Yeah, and he did know exactly how to get inside the plant.
So how do you want me to handle him?
I don't. Not right away. Your first priority is to recover the Typhoon. I can't let SWAT inside until you've got it. But as far as rules of engagement go, I'll defer to you. Lethal or non-lethal?
Yep. And of course we're gonna do non-lethal.
I'm not looking to start a firefight in there, just neutralize them.
Okay. But just make sure those bastards don't wake up and warn their friends. You remember what it's like in there? A lot of tight enclosed hallways, but the labs themselves are pretty open. High ceilings. So you want something you can use from a distance or up close?
So, the stun gun or the tranquilizer rifle? I want to get up close always, so I'm just gonna go short ranged with the stun gun.
The closer the better, I think. That way I'll be sure they'll stay down.
You got it. The Typhoon should be in the factoring labs, but Frank will tell you more as you go in. I've got him running comms.
Terrific. Anything else?
Keep your eyes open for Josie. Now free her if you can, but the Typhoon is your #1 priority. We developed it for the alphabet agencies, and if we don't deliver it to them intact and still a secret, well, I'm sure you'll get the job done right.
Gentlemen, prepare for landing.
So, first decision, do we try and save Josie or do we save a weapon for the CIA, NSA, FBI type organizations? Game makers really need to keep the assets for these cutscenes nowadays. There's almost certainly going to be a remake, and you're going to try to do better graphics than what you can now. So 8K, 4K, 16K even graphics need to be backed up on some hard drive somewhere, ready to be rendered, re-rendered. So actually it shouldn't even be any resolution, it should just be the maximum that whatever software you're using can do in its raw format. Oh good, we can pick up cardboard boxes. Unfortunately it's not Metal Gear Solid, so you can't just drop a box on you and hide under it. Anyways, that's gonna be this recording. We've gotten to our first real mission, and honestly we should have started the game here. Did all 8 of those guys just get killed because I took forever? Maybe, maybe not. Does it seem like that's really gonna matter? No, unless they count those 8 people that got murdered against not killing anyone for the achievement, which if that's the case, then that would mean people unknowingly would mostly be knocked out of that achievement. Here's our riot police officers in SWAT.
You're the Sheriff security guy, right? The one we were delayed for? Hope
hope you know those hostages are dead because of you and your boss.
Yeah, that sucks. So it does seem like we definitely are suffering.
Your boss holding us up. Does he know that he cost his own people their lives?
Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps me out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it and make a donation. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.